Bill and I have been friends for more than a quarter of a century. We hit it off. We've been beekeepers for that long. If one can take grapes, ferment them, make wine, distill wine into brandies and cognacs, depending on where it's from, why couldn't you use honey as a source?
We had buckets and buckets and buckets of honey, and I started doing some research. What can we do with these? And mead came up. Mead is the oldest beverage known to man. It was probably discovered as some bees in a tree, and water got in there, and a little fermentation happened.
So we had a lot of honey, made a lot of mead, drank a lot, and this idea came up of like distilling it.
We then, once fermentation is done, we put it in our still, and alcohol evaporates at a lower temperature than water. We only distill one time because you're using honey, and why would you want to distill all that nice flavor and things out of this distillate? So we're very careful with our distillation.
People said, "You made this?" And as we explored barrels and recipes and different yeasts, we use the same barrel that a bourbon would go in, same char.
Mead is a wonderful beverage, and people have to think broadly about it, and not because you had one bad mead doesn't mean that every mead is bad.
People ask all the time, like, what is this? I mean, mead is water, yeast, and honey. It's very simple. I mean, anyone can make mead. Not anyone can make a great mead or a delicious mead. That takes time and practice. It can be dry to syrupy sweet, really past dessert wine. The ones that we lean towards aren't as sweet as the rest of them. No one else is doing what we do. We do a lightly carbonated, semi-sweet, like around 8.5% ABV, so it's very drinkable. It's very different. We have a lot of fun with it.
We use only raw honey, and raw honey hasn't been pasteurized. It hasn't been heated to, it will crystallize. It still preserves all the natural antibiotics and nutrients and things that are found in honey.
30% of what we consume in this country comes from honeybees pollinating something, specifically honeybees. And it's just amazing what they do. Bill and I envisioned this, for a couple of years now. And one of the things that resonated with us is when we visited various places, be it breweries or whatnot, people like to be outside.
The concept was a place where people could come, experience craft cocktails and meads, which most people, we're unique. Not a lot of people are doing what we do.
Look behind me. It's beautiful here. I remember someone told me once, have you ever been to Ireland, Phil? I said, no, not yet. He said, you're not going to believe how green it is there. I was like, you've never been to Schoharie County, have you? People are coming up for various reasons, as we know, from downstate and elsewhere. I mean, there are breweries, fabulous breweries, and wineries, and, it's just a beautiful environment to be in for people who want a bit of quiet and a bit of something different. I think that's a really important aspect of what we do, is bringing it all back to the bee and letting people know the importance of bees.
It's a crazy beneficial ingredient produced by the bees. So the bees are important, and I think that importance kind of is where RevSpirits came from. It's let's take these bees and showcase them, and that's what we're trying to do. And hopefully doing it well.